Today we're going to talk about our monster variant, the Centaur Peacekeeper.
That sounds epic.
It really is very cool. So the origin stat block is the 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗓, making it a CR4. We're going to lose its spell list, its claws, its daggers, and its intoxicating touch and multi-attack. You're taking away its multi-attack?
There's a reason.
It makes up for
There's
it.
always a reason.
So, new features. Movement speed becomes 50 because
It's a centaur.
it's a centaur. We're also going to give it plate armor.
Yep.
What? Plate armor on a centaur?
Yes.
Please tell me you have a picture of this. Oh, good. Awesome. You guys will have to check it out later. Anyways, it's a fully armored centaur, armored to the teeth. So this means we have to give it equipment that follows that theme. So piercing charge. If the centaur moves at least 30 feet towards a creature and hits it, it takes an extra 2d8 piercing damage, and they must succeed on a strength save or be knocked prone. You're basically skewering whatever you charge at with these things.
Yep.
Which I think is awesome. What's another feature that it gets?
Well, it gains Divine Sense 4 times per day, and until the end of its turn, it knows the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
Oh, I like that.
So we're basically making a paladin centaur.
Yes, Brandon, what's another
Paladin
feature?
Centaur. Holy weapon. The Centaur's lance attacks deals an additional 9 or 2d8 radiant damage, including in the attack.
Included
and
in the attack.
Included in the attack and are considered magical.
Oh, I think Ian's right. I think we combined a nature-loving centaur with holy smites. We're going to give it lay on hands as well. Lay on hands gives it a pool of 25 hit points to cure disease, poison, and heal itself, which is fantastic. But
Or allies.
nobody heals their allies at all, ever. If you're too weak
Austin,
to keep yourself alive, you're too weak to survive with me.
Austin might disagree with you after Friday.
Let's see. We're also going to give it Sacred Weapon, which is once a day for 1 minute. The centaur adds 3 to the attack rolls made with its lance. The lance also emits bright light into 20 feet and dim light for another 20 feet beyond that. So it makes a glowing magical lance, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know the benefit of a centaur wielding a lance, you guys?
Pain.
Pain. It's pain.
Okay. Yeah.
Reach. Fight.
Well, okay. So that's one of them, but I don't. Does the lance have reach?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's right there.
But anyways, the big thing about it is that the biggest drawback to using a lance is unless you're mounted, it takes 2 hands.
Yep.
Guess who's mounted?
Not a
To
centaur.
himself.
I would argue a centaur doesn't need the mounted thing.
I was just thinking you can't win in a joust with a centaur.
Actually, raw, it doesn't, which makes no sense. But that's no.
Yeah, that's why we don't care about raw when we design our monsters, all right? So no, it doesn't have to deal with it. It charges with 1 hand, and that's all it takes because it's a centaur. It's half horse. It's the best part of a horse. And okay, it's the best part of a horse, and the man is. I can't find a better way to say that. So
Imagine your father was a centaur and your mother was a mermaid, and you get human half bolsters. You just end up
You're
being
just a
some
person.
dude.
You're just some guy.
Does Lance have disadvantage on close range? Yes, within 5 feet, I think it has disadvantage. Is that right? Can you confirm that?
Yeah,
I do think Ricardo is right, though.
Any
all
reach
right,
weapons
so
have the same effect as ranged
obviously,
weapons?
if we're going to rock the paladin feels, we need to give spells. So we are going to give it a Sacred Flame cantrip. I know paladins don't have that. Whatever.
It does now.
Did you find the rule?
Isn't it a cleric spell?
Yeah, it is. So whatever. I didn't say it was a paladin only, right? We're going to also give it 3 first-level spell slots, and we're going to give it Bless, Compelled Duel, Protection from Good and Evil, and Shield of Faith. So I think right now, we only have 3 spell slots, though, because we're only a 3rd caster, but I think we're doing okay.
Yep, disadvantage when attacking a target within 5 feet of you.
Yes. So you just give them your hooves. That's fine. That's what it's perfect for, right? So what does the lance do, Ian?
It shank things.
Pokies. It's a pokey poke.
It does skewer stuff.
Yeah.
What does it do specifically?
It hits with the D12 plus 3, plus the radiant damage we mentioned earlier.
Oh, that 2d8 is brutal. It basically has at-will smite, in case you haven't figured it out.
It hits like a truck.
Ow. It's like a truck.
What about its hooves attack, Brandon?
Hooves. Let's see. It's +5 to hit, and it's 14. 2d10 plus 3.
Yep.
Bludgeoning damage, just standard.
So that's the attack you use when
Yeah.
they're up close and you don't want to. You can't get the disadvantage, right?
Yep.
So that's a way to offset that. And then last, what?
The Lance Mastery is a reaction. When the creature enters the reach of a Centaur's lance, it can use a reaction to make an opportunity attack.
With
Oh,
It's a good thing you got rid of multi-attack, because this is bullshit.
Well, it's just how I roll.
God damn it.
But no. Overall, what do you guys think about this armored piercing horseman
I think it's fun.
or woman, person?
I can see this being like a guardian of a temple
Yes.
that you're trying to gain access to. And it's
Ooh,
like,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Or imagine finding a squad of these things.
Oh, that's good.
show me that you're worthy. Oh, shit!
I do think that you could do a lot with this because of its more paladin-like nature. It doesn't have to be something that just like fights, but says, "Hey, you do not belong here. Turn away before I am forced to thrash you."
Okay. I'm not talking about the beer night from the Bud Light commercials.
Ooh,
The beer night.
I love that,
But just the voice coming out of this thing's armor.
dude. I would love to give this thing like mimic armor.
Although I love how they retired the character.
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
They basically did the crossover Super Bowl commercial with Game of Thrones. They had the mountain crush him.
Oh, jeez, that's hilarious.
Delcinian, that's not hard to do.
All right. So I use this when I want. She says definitely want to use this. These if or when my players piss off a god. That's great. Like it's a god's champion. I love that.
Yep.
It's an avatar.
So, all right. If you like this monster and you would like the full stat block, all the backstory, and the knowledge check information, as well as ways to use it, please head on over to patreon.com/CritAcademy.